Marissa, Marissa girl, I'm thinking you may not want to sign off on that marriage certificate and you might just want to turn around and exit stage left. Yeah, it's giving that.
Like it's delirium, like it's delirium, I got delirium, like it's delirium, yeah, like it's delirium. She just wanna bounce to it, baby, get your giddy on. Walk up to the stage with a drink like I'm Giveon, but I never came here to sing what I'm really on.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Taina B here, and welcome to my chat party. If you're here to join me a little bit, a lot of bit, fashionably early, fashionably late, to hear my little thoughts, my little views, my little opinions on Married at First Sight Season 20, Episode 1, then I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate y'all for joining me on this evening or morning, whatever time it'll be when you see this. Go ahead, y'all, and hit that subscribe button because the way I'm not going to be shy about asking for subscribers when I didn't watch Love Island content creators get all these people in no time. I'm like, how you get 1,000 people in like 3 days? How you get 3,000 people in like 2 days? How did you meet your 60,000 threshold and all this other stuff? So if it's that easy for them, y'all, why not the more the merrier when we're having a party? All right. Usually I'm about just a limited number, but it's a party. So come on, let's do what we do. Shout out to my OGs who came through, show some love in my comments. Y'all know I appreciate y'all so much from the bottom of my heart, but I got to get into this thing. Okay. Y'all know this is a moment that I've been waiting for. From months ago, I've been saying this. I acted like there was no other show in life to review but this. So, oh, I am ready. Okay, I am ready. And I felt like there's so much to say, but there is no way on God's green earth I'm going to be able to hit every point because it was so much. So, I will say if you didn't have a chance to watch it and you do have access to it, go ahead and check it out because I felt like it was nice, a nice kind of refreshing start. I will say that unfortunately, I'm sad that I'm not to a point yet with my editing and all of that where I can put up pictures. And I started grabbing some screenshots of pictures, but I'm like, I was finding things where it wasn't the couples together. So I'm sure you guys will come across other channels where you'll be able to take a good view of the folks, but I'm sorry I can't provide that right now. Maybe one day though, but y'all can listen, right? You got a good listening ear. You can form pictures in your mind of what you think the people look like if you haven't seen it. If you've seen them, then you already know. So let's go ahead and do what we came to do. We get a fast forward peek of what's to come in the season. It seems like it's going to be pretty spicy. The marriages are going to be marriaging. The folks are going to get into it, and that's what we are here for. We're in Seattle, Washington. I love the age range of everyone because I feel like the youngest that we saw maybe was what, like 28, all the way ranging so far to 48. And I'm like, yes, thank you. Thank you. Because unlike Love Island, after a while I said, you know what? Maybe the real thing is that I'm just too old for this. Okay. Maybe they're just too young and I'm just too old. I don't know. But I like this variety of age range where we get just kind of like a nice spread across the age gaps, right? And the ladies are having their bachelorette party. The guys are having theirs as well. We're introduced to Marissa and Felipe first. Marissa is a 30-year-old program manager, and Felipe is a 29-year-old restaurant owner. What got me though is when Felipe said he hasn't always been that attractive. I said, DJ Scratch, like, but who told you was attractive? Okay, while you out here talking your smack. But then again, he said the ladies be telling him he's attractive and they be coming for him. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, I guess if you got it, then you just got it somehow, right? And beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But more than anything, I really like the confidence that he has within himself because you can tell he's blossomed from an era growing up where he wasn't as confident. We get a little flashback of that. So I ain't mad at that. Okay. Shine on Felipe, do your thing, man. And I do like his personality. I will say that. So I'll give him that. And I'm sure that kind of adds to, his kind of swag, I guess, that the ladies see in him. Maybe I'll see it a little bit more as the episodes go on. So the grooms at the bachelor party are Adam, Sean, and I called it in my Real Housewives of Orange County video when I said this is Pastor Cal's little brother, little cousin, little somebody, because it's definitely giving with that bald head goatee, salt and peppered, and those glasses. All right. But when he opened up his mouth to speak, I was like, oh, that tone and that voice, that's a little different. I wasn't expecting that. Same thing with Adam, but it is what it is, right? We also have Devin, Mecca, Nick, and Cameron. That Nick, though, definitely a shady character. I know y'all peeped him in his confessionals talking that smack, talking about his marriage is the only one that's gonna make it. He was like how Felipe's marriage isn't gonna make it because Felipe's sharing with them how apparently he had cheated on one of his partners, but doesn't even remember cheating. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, I guess. But he says he's not gonna cheat on his wife. So hopefully not. He bet not. Then we have Adam at a point who starts showing off his piano skills, and Nick is just over it. Nick is like, look, I mean, did it have to be that long? I mean, that's great and all. And then Adam got the revving up and then going again, and Nick was like, oh, come on, you know. So Nick was funny. He has personality, and I say, you know what? He had me cracking up. So I think I'm enjoying him off the rip. At the bachelor party, the brides are Nikki, Tori, Belle Jolie, Courtney. I'm sure I'm missing another lady or two, but we'll catch them all once wedding day happens and then we'll be on the roll from there. But they're just cheersing, chopping it up, getting ready for their big day, right? So Paul Brunson and Dr. Liz Paz, these are our marriage experts for the season. I'll be referring to them as Dr. Paul and Dr. Liz, whether Paul has a doctorate or not. That's what I'm giving him, or a PhD or not. So, yeah, that's what he's going to be called. Okay. And off the rip, the first episode, I like them both because it seems like they're really dissecting the couples and trying to get them paired properly. I think it's just refreshing to see new experts. So that probably helps a lot too. Paul is off to a great start. We get to see him much more operating with the individuals as opposed to Dr. Liz, even though she is, but I don't know why I feel like we just saw Paul more. And I like his personality a lot. I really do. It seems like he's down to earth, but at the same time, he can get down to business and call a thing when he needs to. And I'm sure these folks are going to need that. Clearly, we know that's what we started lacking last season and the seasons past when it came to Pastor Cal, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pia. Like they started playing a little bit in our faces. And I was really surprised more so Dr. Cal because he had been around for a while. And I know Dr. Pepper had been too, but I feel like with Pastor Cal, he would call you out more and he would get irritated in certain moments and would come for you. But then he fell into that narrative too of just falling for getting the success numbers and forcing these people to stay together when they know these people should be so far apart just so they can say, oh, well, we created another successful couple. And again, these people just didn't last anyway. So I hate that it got to that, but it got to that. And now we are where we are, and they are somewhere off in the distant wind. So shout out to them. Hope they're doing well, but we're on to new things and new people. So we have Marissa and Adam, first couple. Paul goes to meet with Adam at his place on the water. We learn Paul's a water baby. He has his boat, he has jet skis. He just likes being on the water a whole lot. He's a 31-year-old data analyst, and they're chatting in front of his boys at first. Uh, Dr. Paul asks how long it's been since a girl has been at his house. He says last week. He's been hanging out with this one girl in particular. Dr. Paul asks how many times he's seen her. He says 5 times, and we learn this is 5 times throughout the course of like 2 months. Dr. Paul says he may, she may want to see him for a sixth time because it seems like they've been having a good time. And so he feels like Adam's issue may be his directness. And so they go have a talk on the side, one on one, just the two of them, because Dr. Paul wants to be sure that he's serious about getting married at first sight. So he's like, I want you to call this girl. I want you to call and let her know you about to get married. And when I tell you the way Adam got all the way nervous, I don't know if y'all noticed too, but I even noticed the little shake in his hand. Okay. And then he's getting the fumbling and bumbling and talking. Oh, well, I mean, we don't really talk on the phone like that, like we text. And I said, okay, first of all, you're doing the most. Your energy level just went all the way up. Second of all, this is not a message you relay via text. This is very serious. You're about to tell someone to get lost that you've been dealing with. And the last time you talked to her, everything was all good because you're about to get married. And furthermore, to me, at this point, it's more serious than what you're leading us to believe. Because if it was just that casual between y'all, and as you said, and all of that, it would be no problem. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll give her a call. And you would just mince your words together properly and present the right way. It's as simple as that. So it kind of had my antenna go up in that moment. But, anyways, he gives her a call. And the young lady was like, is this a joke? And so I was like, boom, see, there it is right there. Why is she asking all that if it's not that deep, right? And you can tell clearly she was ticked and she was like, I gotta go. I was like, oh, whoop, whoop. I've got a feeling that at some point in time in social media land, we're going to hear from her and she's going to let us know it was more than what he made it seem. Again, I could be wrong. We shall see. So, anywho, I think it was good that Dr. Paul told Adam just give her a call a little later, smooth things out, because that's what I was thinking. As soon as they hung up, I was like, I know he gonna call her and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, but and just kind of finesse her and wine her and dine her with the words to make everything good again. I knew he was gonna do it, so I'm glad that Dr. Paul peeped that and just had him 10 steps ahead to make sure that he does that. Anywho, again, this is just part of the episodes where it's just too much to speak on, but we have Dr. Liz and Dr. Paul meeting with the uh people matched individually just to kind of see their likes, their dislikes, this, that, and the third. And Adam shares that he has his cat. The person he pairs up with has got to love his cat. Marissa, on the other hand, is allergic to cats, but she said, listen, for the right person, for the right price, you know what I'm saying? I'll take me an allergy pill. So that's all good. She feels like the person has to love her dog. Adam seems like he's into animals, so it'll be all good. Again, just trying to match out their compatibility. We get a little back history with Marissa. She lets us know she's not feeling her dad. Apparently, he was not that great of a husband to her mom, was not a great father. And Adam is saying how he doesn't mind a woman who doesn't come from a great family background because they could create their own family. So I was like, okay, cool, great. Dr. Paul and Dr. Liz share reasons why they feel like they'll work, and we hop right into their wedding day. And I'm like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Clearly, this must be a change because I remember in times past, I never saw it for finding the wedding dress and shopping in the days before. And then you got to meet with the families to tell them you found a match. Forget all that. We don't care about all that fluff. Let's get to the wedding day. So I'm like, I am here for it. If this is the first episode and how we're starting out, then this clearly is a change because I don't remember them doing this before. I would have to wait until the episode aired to hop into like the third or fourth or fifth, whatever, episode to get into the wedding. So, anywho, Adam is chatting with his groomsmen, and we learn on his wedding day that his parents are in Iceland. So they won't be attending. And I'm like, okay, well, wow. And he thought that he could convince them to come home for his wedding, but it seems like that didn't work out. And I think that's wild that it didn't work out because clearly he's leading us to believe that that could have been a possibility if he's even stating that. So for the fact that his parents was like, yeah, nope, we're not cutting our trip short, and this is one of the most important days in your son's life, regardless of how unorthodox of an approach it may be. Like, how could you not be there if it's in your power to be there? So I was like, oh, yikes. His sister, she thinks it's crazy. So for that reason alone, she won't be there. And grandma was like, I'm just not fine. Now, grandma, we can't be too mad about. Maybe her body age doesn't allow her to do all that. Maybe it's very uncomfortable for her. But I'm like, dang, nobody from the fam is showing up. Like, you ain't got no cousins, no uncles, no nobody. And even out of all of them, I would still want my parents to be there or my siblings or something. But I'm like, deep down, he's got to be feeling a way about that. And that's crazy. It definitely has got to suck on the inside. But his family, I mean, his friends are there, I guess. So he's just got to work with what he's got, right? We flash over to Marissa with her bridesmaid. She gets a gift from Adam, and it's a bunch of clues as to what he's into. And we know it's all things water. Adam has gifts that he receives from Marissa. And this is where I start to tell he was going to potentially get on my nerves. All right. He was going to get on my nerves because he mentioned something along the lines as it relates to just being overly conscious with health. He's reading how Marissa enjoys microwavable mac and cheese, right? To which he sarcastically adds, and cancer causing chemicals in microwavable plastic. But we could educate her. And I'm like, dude, like, you can't just escape everything in life. So don't be so scary about it. Right. And then now to try to then impose your nonsense on her, like that's not even fair. Maybe she won't want to be educated on stuff like that because she doesn't want to be worried every 2 seconds of her life. I mean, be cautious, sure, but be dramatic and over the top, absolutely not. Right. And I get it. Right. Yeah. You should be health conscious, but I feel like to a degree, you guys, right? Like my husband likes to say all the time because I tell him, listen, babe, we got to monitor what we eat because we're getting a little older. Our body is just not going to take like it used to. He'd be like, listen, I'm going to eat what I want to eat because I'm going to go out happy. And I'm like, okay, now that might be an extreme approach, right? I'm not saying you have to be that extreme, but you don't have to be as extreme as Adam either. There should be a nice, healthy balance in there where you enjoy yourself, but you also kind of watch what you do too. And I feel like one way or another, whatever's going to get you is going to get you. It may not be in food, Adam. It might be in the air that you breathe somewhere that you go. It might be in the deodorant that you use one day. It might be in the chemical that you put in your hair. You just never know. So it's like chill all the way way out. So I was just like, oh, here we go. At this point, he was giving me straight line, uptight, by the book rule follower, like already. I hope I'm wrong because I'm going to feel sorry for Miss Marissa if that's not her thing. But I feel like that could also lend itself to the characteristics of someone that might be a little controlling, but again, could be jumping the gun. We'll wait and see. He also wants her to be athletic. Not sure if she's given that. Again, we'll see. So Marissa's over there freaking out, of course, as I would, because I also always find it so wild that people really have the guts to do this. I tell y'all what, I'm already married. If I wasn't married, I still wouldn't get married at first sight. But if y'all ever get married at first sight, just let me know. I'll come to the wedding. I'll celebrate with you, dance, all the things. I just could never do it. And that's that on that. And so again, her and her girls take fireball shots, way to take the edge off. I thought that was a fun little scene for them. Now we go to Tori and Felipe, and we're going to be flipping and switching back and forth between the scenes and the couples. So Felipe loves to party. So much so, Dr. Paul got on him about being late both of their meetings. I said, see, this is why I like Dr. Paul already, because he ain't with the like, don't play with my time now, okay? This is cute and we doing this or whatever, but you're gonna respect the time. And so Felipe said his job allows him that leeway to just be able to sleep in and all of that because he doesn't have to be to work till 4 o'clock. But he does say, however, he knows when things are important, it's time to take them seriously. And so Tori is a senior marketing manager and is family oriented. I think she's absolutely beautiful. He's family oriented too, so I think that's going to work well for them. I love her story of going from the pit to the palace because she used to be on food stamps and used to be poor and all of that, but it seems like she's created a good life for herself now and counting. And in the process, she's also taken really good care of her little sister along the way. So I thought that was really cool to hear. And through it all, they both learned their matches were found and they're getting married. They both were excited. I can just particularly remember Felipe being really excited, more so too. And while I like Felipe's energy, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, let the petty and me come out. And the things that I observed that maybe I shouldn't, but him doing that, like every laugh that he had, even on the wedding day, I think it was really heavy. Maybe it comes out more when he's nervous, but I said, is this what it's going to be? Because Lord have mercy, this is going to be sending me to hear him make that noise when he laughs every time. And don't make me seem like I'm crazy. Y'all hop on the dance floor. Let me know if you heard it too. I know you did. And if you did it, go back and watch and it'll be stuck with you forever. I promise. I said, oh my gosh, this is going to take some getting used to. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that was like, I'm like, what is that? So whatever. Okay, I digress. Let me move forward. Let me grow up. So we get into their wedding day. I love the sweet accolades that Tori's sisters share with her about how instrumental she's been in her life. We have Tori, who's nervous to meet Felipe. Felipe's family is just too cute for me, y'all. They really were. I love how his dad just kind of melted into his chest when he hugged him, and his sister was cute, and his mom just looked absolutely beautiful in her dress. And it's in this moment I feel that Felipe's affection for his family is also going to work really well as it relates to the love that he shows Tori and the affection. Because what do they say, y'all? How a man treats his mother is how he treat his wife, and that's definitely good stuff. So now we head over to Belle Jolie and Mecca, and I said, first of all, let's just start off with the fact that I love both their names. Dope, love it. But we meet the beautiful Belle Jolie first. She's a 28-year-old singer songwriter. She's singing in the studio, sounded good, and I was watching and bumping like, okay, girl, okay. Like I liked it. I liked it. She sounded really good. I love the beat to the music, all of that. So I said she probably really makes some good music. Hopefully she'll share a little bit more along the season. But fun fact even about me, like I love, 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 love me some good music, y'all. And I love to dance. I just feel like music is good to the soul and for the soul and it makes you move. So it's like, why not? So I just love to see her start off that way. But either way, or Dr. Paul comes to let her know they found a match. But in between, we learn she wears many hats as an artist in general because not only does she sing, but she does makeup, she teaches dance classes. She's just a working woman, okay? A jack of all trades. And she's not bothered by a partner who doesn't make as much money. Now we get over to Mecca, who she'll be coupled with. He's a 28-year-old sanitation worker in his family business, cleaning porta potties, but apparently he's still making decent money himself. Now, the outfit he had on with all them colors, though, when he had his individual sessions, I was like, whoa, that's a whole lot going on for me. But I digress again. He said he's a modest guy when it comes to his looks, but later on, I could tell he might be a little too cute for his own good. All right. And we'll get into that shortly. I'll explain why. Though I think he is a good looking guy, I'm like, you're doing the most. Okay. But he comes from a broken home. Believe he said his biological mom had left him. Then I think one of the experts ended up saying his stepmom had left him. Then his brother and sister left him to go leave with his stepmom. So he's experienced a lot of abandonment, it seems like, or abandonment by people that matters to him the most. So we're definitely going to see how this is going to play out in his adulthood, right? Because 9 times out of 10, things we go through in our childhood definitely can affect us as adults and show up and rears his head, right? And so Belle Jolie's letting us know that her mom is her best friend. She didn't have the greatest relationship with her dad. So it seems her and Mecca are both looking as well for that solid family foundation for themselves. And Mecca also learns that he will be getting married at first sight. So we skip to their wedding day. Belle Jolie's mom comes out, and I just think she is just beautiful. She's giving me classic Lena Horne beauty. I loved her vibrant, playful energy, and I thought it was even cuter or super cute the fact that she was doing Belle Jolie's hair for her wedding day. I don't think I recall ever seeing a mom do their daughter's hair for wedding day, but shoot, the mom probably didn't know how to do their hair, I guess. But I just love that nice little touch. That was something different for sure. And Mecca's getting dressed with his guys, looking fresh with his braids and his fit. We flip back to Felipe and Tori's wedding. And again, I love the sweet moment of embrace he shares with his mom. The families are both good with what they see amongst each other as they, sit down and kind of get the wedding underway. It seems we have a new method of presenting the bride as well because now the groom's back is completely turned to the aisle. And once he's given the green light as she's walking down the aisle, he's told to turn around and then sees her at that point. So when Felipe turns around and sees Tori, he's like, wow. Like he finds her stunning. They're having all the nervous energy together, but it seems in such a good way. They both get into how much they love their family, and Felipe's just ready to jump out the window and risk it all for her. Like you can just tell. Clearly, he's smitten by her beauty. And one thing I did notice that was casually brushed over, button, however, is when he said he's going to always try to win an argument. I said, wait, what? I'm sorry, what? And he tried to play it off, and add a little zhuzh joke towards the end of that. But I was like, oh, no, 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 sir. Oh, no, let's stop right there. Let's rewind. Hold on, because that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem because that again means you either like to argue or you like to have the last word, and either one of those is not good. But again, it's early. I could be wrong. We'll have to wait and see what that looks like and what his definition of winning looks like. So they promise to hold each other down. They agree to the vows. They share a hug and an innocent peck. They're married. As they're walking out together, she tells him he's hot. He tells her hot. Everybody's hot. We know they're feeling each other. We're back with Mecca on his wedding day and his dad. Macaroni Tony walks in the building. Real name is Logic, but he gives that old cat daddy. He's a handful with the ladies, or maybe used to be a handful type energy to me. He's a clean looking man, nice looking man who likes to joke. Grandmama's there too. She is absolutely adorable. Clearly, she's aging like fine wine because initially, before they even showed her title, I thought maybe she was his aunt, dad's sister, maybe mom's sister, somebody, but that was grandma. I said, okay, grandma, I'm just saying, that's what I'm talking about. And so they end up giving him some brief advice. So they share their moment really sweet. You can tell that they're close knit with one another. The three of them love that. Belle Jolie's with her family dressed, looking beautiful, ready to go in her wedding dress. Bear in mind, though, the main thing between these two, Belle Jolie and Mecca, is the whole kiss of it all, right? Because her thing is, listen, kisses are sacred to me. I will not be kissing him. Okay, we can get a kiss on the cheek, but that's about as far as it goes. And meanwhile, he's looking forward to some type of kiss. Now, clearly, he's kind of thinking it through, like, oh, how should I approach it? Should I ask her? I don't know. But the point is, he still want him a kiss. He's all for it. So, Dad then says, cheek is for the weak. If she gives you the tongue, she's sprung. And I said, see what I mean? Macaroni Tony. That's what he's going to be called from here on out. We ain't going to see him much anyway. So that's that. Okay. So the wedding is in progress. There's a guy on Belle Jolie's side of the family to me who's given like a, I don't know about you, sir. And y'all probably know what I'm talking about. He had a hat on and some type of like, I think a bright or a dark pinkish shirt. And I remember him having an earring hanging. Like he ain't look too impressed to me. I don't know who he is. I guess we'll find out at the wedding. He's probably gonna be one to sit down and talk to old boy and get some questions going. But Mecca's back is also turned until he's advised to turn around. They see each other, but they don't say anything. It's just a bunch of giggling going on, so you don't really know how they feel. But I feel like at some point in the conversation you can tell she kind of finds him attractive because she's saying things to her family. She okay, because my husband, and she's sticking her tongue out and all of that. So I'm like, maybe it would have been nice to me if he were a gentleman and at least told her she looked beautiful. But then I said, shoot, maybe, hey, maybe he don't think she looks beautiful, right? There's that side of things too. Maybe he's not attracted to her. I don't know. However, to me, their wedding was given very light and airy because there were jokes thrown around from them and their family. They established that they're both goofy. And Macaroni Tony, we got him chiming in a few times with the jokes and everything. And I'm like, Tony, not right now, Tony. This the ceremony, Tony, for Pete's sake. Like, this is supposed to be serious. All right, you said your one thing, let that be enough. Like, you got to know when to stop, too. Save all of that for the reception, okay? That's when you have the fun and the party. This is supposed to be the serious time. And so they say their vows. It's time to kiss, and Belle Jolie directs him right to that good old cheek. All right. And sidebar, did y'all notice? Like I noticed that Mecca had on black nail polish. Maybe not the biggest deal, but I don't like nail polish on men. Maybe I'm just old school in that way of thinking. It's not my thing. Or if a man is going to have nail polish on, it should be clear, in my opinion. But whatever, because to me, then that shows okay, well, you're into manicuring yourself, and that's fine. But I don't know. I just didn't like it. But I guess it goes with it appears to be his eccentric style of dress. Hopefully, Belle Jolie will like it because I said, look, at the end of the day, girl, that's about to be your man, not mine. So hopefully it works out. They get away to themselves, and he's asking her if he met her expectations. And from there, I'm kind of like, here we go. Okay. And I guess some would say, well, that's a fair question to ask. But no, I just feel like, again, it's like giving the most with him because it's something about him and him being into his own looks and feeling his own self that it's like he wants everybody else to just kind of salivate when they see him too. And I personally feel like he was fishing hard for some compliments. I really do. Y'all can call me out on the dance floor if you think I'm wrong. We didn't even see a response from her when he asked, to which we continue to see him talking about it with the producers. And he wasn't sure, he said, what her family thought, but he felt they were probably thinking that he was a pretty boy. And he said someone from her side was like, he's all right. And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, yeah, all right. Okay. And I was like, see, there it goes right there. And this is why I said, y'all, he might be too good for his or too cute for his own good. Cause all that energy and him just smelling himself like that, that's a turn off for me. I'm sorry. Like, I hope also we're not going to spend the season or a good portion of it talking about his looks. But I tell y'all what, if by the next episode before my review, we get back into him talking about what he looks like, y'all just think of me. Okay. And let's just say I called it here first. All right. Because I have a feeling this is going to continue a little bit on. And personally, I feel like his personality is going to have to do much more than his looks. Because at this time, at first sight, for me, it's giving 17-year-old energy. And I don't know, like, is this already, see, I'm calling things too soon, I know it, y'all, but I can't help it. Is this going to work already? Because yes, she's goofy and we got to see her personality shine through in the wedding a little bit too, but I bet you, and I feel like she also gives a level of maturity to when she knows to get serious and when she knows goofy time is over, playtime is over. I don't know if he knows that. He seems like somebody that always likes to play. I bet you, we'll see. Again, as I've said, and I'll say again, I could be wrong. It's too soon to see, but these are all kind of fun guesses to see where everything will go. But we're back to Marissa and Adam's wedding. She shares a super sweet moment with her mom. Her mom gives her some beautiful, meaningful jewelry as a memento, and they have a teary eyed moment. She's still filling us in more on how her dad was just not what he should have been. He was not that guy and just didn't treat them right. So therefore he was not invited to the wedding and he will not be walking down the aisle. Her mom will be. So I think it's sad but sweet at the same time that she would share that special moment with her mom for obvious reasons. But Marissa's gift to Adam is also a shot of fireball, right? Here we go with this dude. I thought it was a fun gesture, right? And it's okay if you don't drink. But all he had to do was say, I just don't drink. Instead, he's back on that prudish health kick talking about, oh, it's the calories and that might be some conflict between us. And I'm like, here we go. he wants to retire and can't do that with consuming large amounts of alcohol because he's like, I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Or excuse me, no, not he. Like, I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, I just feel like that's putting 25,000 on 10, bro. Like, what are you even talking about? So people who drink alcohol don't retire soon enough because they spend too much time drinking alcohol. Like, you sound foolish. Then he's talking about the inflammation of the body and it's leading to cancers and other diseases. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. See, this is why he's a no for me. Like, cool your heels, sir. Cool your heels. Marissa, again, I don't know if you should sign that certificate, sis. I think you might want to reconsider. Do yourself a big one off the rip. You might want to turn around and head for the hills. I'm so serious. Let's fast forward to their first look when she walks down the aisle because I'm already turned off by him, like I said. And the gag is they know one another. What a doozy, because he's probably someone she doesn't even want to know. Probably left him wherever she initially found him and he's reappeared, resurfaced. There he is again. I would have been like, oh God, no, not him. Meanwhile, he's looking like he's not thrilled at all. You can tell that he's trying to play it cool, but I can see beneath that he's like, mm-mm, mm-mm. Sidebar though, her bridesmaids though, my kind of party girls. When I tell you, they were cracking up and laughing at everything that was so funny to me because I said that liquor is liquoring, them fireballs is fireballing over there. Oh, they were having them a time. And I said they probably knew the true tea better than we. They probably knew what time it was. But even if they didn't, they were just having them a good time. And I'm not mad at it. They're like, shoot, he's standing there looking uptight. Ain't no sense in us being over here uptight. We gonna have some fun. So I just wonder if this is gonna end up with her being somewhere crying in the bathroom before the reception is over, like we've seen in times past. Because I don't know about him, y'all. He got too many rules and regulations for me. But again, too soon to see. Just my first assessments. At this point, the music is on, the dance floor is lit. Don't be no prude and hold up the wall. I want y'all to hop on the floor and let me know what you think. What's your first impressions of some of these people? Do y'all have any standouts at all, regardless of what it be from personality to looks to automatically you have a feeling or you can tell somebody's going to be incompatible or compatible? Did y'all feel like this was a good start to the episode? I think so. Obviously it's not going to really pick up until they move into those apartments. So we got a little ways to go for that, but I'm here for the ride and I'm interested and excited about it all. Okay. So I cannot wait to hear from you guys. I hope that this video found you in good spirits. And if it didn't, I hope I said a little something just to put a smile on your face or whatever. You know what I mean? I hope you've had a great day. And if not, I hope tomorrow will be. And y'all know I will be back to do this all over again and again and again and again with y'all until this is done. I want to say I believe the next episodes are going to be dropped on Thursday. So I will be appearing sometime after that. Like I already told you, I'm gonna be a little late. Be a little late to my party, but I'm gonna show up. I've got to be fashionably late, y'all. Who shows up to their party on time? Okay. So, anyways, y'all, in the meantime, in between time, until we meet again, y'all know what to do. Y'all stay up, y'all stay blessed, and I'm out. Peace.